First, I want to give a shout out to Stratzenblitz75 and also to Hazard-ish for their totally epic hackery that inspired this video. Their solutions were both creative and devious, and we'll review some of that now. So it turns out you can do a gravity burn with 3 parts, a very big fuel tank in the front that you use up all of, and explode. So wait, what? You're telling me we want it to explode? That doesn't sound right. Well, it turns out we gain over 1,000 meters per second of delta V by blowing up that dead mass. But it's still not enough. According to our favorite delta V map, we still need 3.2 K to get to Joule. Just to get to Joule. But not exactly. We can take advantage of the Oberth Effect to gain some extra delta V along the way. But first we have to wait a long, long time. Nope, almost there. Almost, and finally, 7 years later, we realize, okay, now we can launch. So, we launch our magnificent exploding craft into low Kerbal orbit. From there, we can actually do one direct burn to intercept with Joule. But we're going to have to do some adjustments along the way. First, we're very imprecise at that distance. As we get closer, we want to adjust our inclination and our target periapsis. We're aiming for a low periapsis in the Joule system. And we also need to adjust for Laythe intercept once we get there. So we have this control point here that helps us to do that. And as we've entered the system, we're going to adjust some things to make it easier for us to reduce the energy requirements to achieve our goal. So we want to have a periapsis in the atmosphere so that we can aerobrake. But that's dangerous because it means we don't really know how fast we're going. We don't know how far down into the atmosphere we need to sink in order to effectively do that. So first we have to do this retrograde burn to bring us into an elliptical orbit. And then we're going to do a test run. So we're going to sink just a little bit. No, look, we didn't die. Isn't that awesome? So now we're certain that this orbit is going to be something that succeeds. So we're not going to explode. So every single time we go around and around and around, we go through this aerobraking maneuver as we reduce the energy of the craft. We know that we're going to heat at most as much as we did last time. And usually it's a little less because the velocity reduces each cycle. So we're going back and back and back and back, and slowly over many, 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 many days, we finally get ourselves into what is effectively a circular orbit. And from there, we can descend as we normally do into a Kerbal atmosphere. Laythe is very similar. So what we wanted to do here was to blow up that useless mass of a twin bore to allow us to slow down enough to the point where we could exit our remaining craft pieces as they fall into the ocean in Laythe, and use our parachutes to prevent ourselves from doing so at great speed. So here we are, safely on Joule. And make sure to leave your comments and any suggestions, any improvements you see along the way, or any questions you have about how any of this was done. I'm happy to go into more detail in a future video. So thanks for watching Kerbalism.